right. Um, this is actually a long trade. I eventually reversed my position because I realized I'm offsides. But initially I'm entering off of a fair value gap that becomes inverted, and I realized that I'm offside. The initial idea was taking out, or was price drawing to midnight opening price and the New York PM low. But I realized I'm offsides. I switch my position and I enter as we push into that inversion fair value gap. I add a final and third contract in a fair value gap on the 1 minute. And I should have, when I looked at this trade idea, there's a set of a triple top of relative equal highs. And you see me annotating it there on the left hand side. And my eye had been gravitating to that. But when I looked at the higher time frames, I read price as being bearish. So I was just offsides. But because I noticed it, I was able to quickly reverse my position. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, my draw is those relative equal highs that you can see on the 5 minute, and I have another sell limit order all the way at the halfway gradient level of the 18th premium wick. So whenever we get these premium and discount wicks on the daily chart, I like to grade them. Whenever they're like large, I like to grade them because price reacts to them. And if we look on the left hand side, we have those relative equal highs, like a triple top, and they're directly above the lower quadrant of the 18th premium wick. So for me, that's like perfect. I know that price likes to draw to these levels, these quadrant levels. Price is reacting off these quadrant levels, and I also understand that price likes to disrupt smooth relative equal highs, and we have a triple relative equal high. So it's like even more of an indicator for me that we're likely to move up to there. So that's my draw. So I left the sell limit order all the way at the halfway mark of that premium wick, but my main focus is those triple relative equal highs. I set a limit order at that lower quadrant. I took one off right here just because I didn't like how we were hanging out. I wanted us to really push to that lower quadrant, so I started feeling the ick, and I decided to ease my nerves and take one off. That also recoups the trade, the losing trade that I had originally reversed on, so that's good. And now I want to see price push up through that lower quadrant of the premium wick and push towards those triple relative equal highs. Yeah, those quadrant levels, man. If I have a premium or discount wick and I grade them, and there's a PD array that forms on them or near them, and it's within that 50-10 hourly macro window, and it all makes sense, I can find the draw on liquidity, I'm gonna take that trade. I've done it a couple of times, especially through Asia session, because we have that previous day of previous daily range where I can kind of work off of, which is kind of cool. So you really see price react to these gradient levels, and I believe ICT talks about that in his 2026 mentorship. I'm pretty sure. I think it's the 2026 one. So here I adjust another limit order to I took another one off here, yeah, because I didn't like that down close candle. I didn't like how we rejected that upper quadrant, or that lower quadrant, excuse me. So decided to just take one off, ease my nerves a little bit. We're hanging out above that 4-minute order block that I have annotated on the left hand chart, and we're about to near into the 950 1010 macro, so I'm just annotating that just to be mindful. I'm a little under the weather, got like a little head cold, so sorry if I sound a little nasally. So this trade, we eventually hit we take out those relative equal highs, but again, I wasn't feeling good, especially last night. I felt miserable, so I ended the trade a little short, but we eventually took out those highs, which was nice to see in hindsight. Like afterwards, I'm like, oh, we actually went to my terminus. So I could have left a runner, but I just get nervous about runners and leaving something overnight. I mean, granted, I'll obviously have a stop, but I have to set up my brokerage to where, like, if I get stopped out, it closes all positions, and I don't know if I have that set up yet. So I just, I'd rather just, have open positions only when I'm on the chart. Like, I don't think I'm ready for an overnight position, keeping a runner or anything like that. Eventually, maybe I can get to that point. So price once again trading down to that 4-minute order block. I'm a little more aggressive on my stop. Usually I'll set a limit order. I'll set my stop below the mean threshold of any order blocks that form above my entry, but I had already made money in the trade, so I was just content. If I had gotten stopped out, I got stopped out. So we have a nice little push here. I want to see us push above that quadrant level and stay above it. We're now in the heart of that 950 1010 macro. Nice push here. I'm happy with how I handled this trade. Reversing when I realized I was off sides. Taking a partial, recouping the loss that I had made, and then just taking partials along the way when I felt some anxiety or angst. Like, it's good to manage yourself during that trade, so I'm happy with that. And I'm happy that we had eventually, looking back in hindsight, we eventually took out those triple relative equal highs. So my draw, my corrected draw was correct. Because initially I was thinking midnight open, but once I realized we were going up, I'm like, yeah, we're taking out those triple tops. And this is about where I end the trade, because I'm just exhausted. So, but it's a good trade. Made money, handled ourselves well.